Manipulation is not just about words. It is about mastering nonverbal cues that subtly control and influence others. While many of these manipulative tactics can be subtle, recent research has uncovered specific behaviors that are consistently used to bend social interactions in the manipulator's favor. Understanding these signals can help individuals navigate these manipulative attempts effectively. Let's delve into the top manipulative body language cues you should watch out for. Number 10. Fidgeting as a distraction tactic. Fidgeting is often assumed to be a sign of nervousness, but it is also a manipulative tool for distracting or confusing others. Research has shown that fidgeting can be employed deliberately during conversations to divert the target's focus from critical points of discussion. It disrupts the natural flow of the conversation, making it harder for the recipient to maintain control or stick to the agenda. This behavior is particularly effective in high-pressure negotiations, where distractions can cause the other party to make hasty decisions. Manipulators use subtle body movements such as tapping fingers, adjusting clothing, or shifting positions to create cognitive overload for their target, which can lead to mistakes or concessions. Number 9. The steepled fingers gesture. Nonverbal power play. Steepling the fingers, pressing fingertips together to form a triangle, is an assertive gesture that conveys confidence and dominance. A study found that this CEO gesture is commonly used in business meetings by individuals who want to project control and authority. It signals, "I am in charge here," without the person having to say anything explicitly. Body language experts suggest that when used excessively, it's often an attempt to intimidate or establish a psychological advantage over others. The gesture can also be used to add weight to a statement, making the speaker seem more credible and authoritative. People receiving this gesture often feel compelled to agree or follow along due to the implicit confidence projected by the person steepling their fingers. Number 8. Touch as a power move. Touch can serve as a positive, comforting gesture, but when used without permission, it becomes an assertion of power and dominance. Studies have shown that individuals in authority frequently use touch to manipulate situations, such as patting a subordinate on the shoulder to signal dominance or ownership. A study on nonverbal behavior in the workplace indicated that this type of touch can create power dynamics that discourage dissent and establish hierarchy. Unwanted touching can trigger psychological discomfort, making the target less likely to resist the manipulator's demands. The manipulator's goal is to blur personal boundaries, making it more challenging for the target to maintain autonomy. Number 7. The predatory smile. Smiling without eye engagement. A genuine smile involves both the mouth and the eyes. A predatory smile, however, only involves the mouth, with the eyes remaining emotionless. This type of smile is manipulative because it's meant to disarm the other person while masking true intent. Recent studies in 2024 identified this behavior as prevalent among people with manipulative personality traits, such as narcissism or Machiavellian tendencies. The intention behind the predatory smile is to convey friendliness, even when the underlying motive is to deceive or manipulate. Experts emphasize that recognizing such discrepancies in facial expressions can help people gauge the real intentions behind someone's actions. Number 6. Rapid blinking and distracting gestures. Rapid blinking or exaggerated gestures are not always involuntary reactions. Manipulative individuals often use such behaviors deliberately to distract others from important points during a discussion. A study on negotiation behaviors found that individuals who blink excessively or make frequent hand movements can influence the direction of a conversation by overwhelming their target's sensory perception. These tactics can make it challenging for others to focus on what is being said, effectively buying time or redirecting attention. Such gestures are particularly effective during interviews, negotiations, or confrontational settings, where clarity and focus are crucial. Number 5. Fake nodding, the illusion of agreement. Fake nodding involves excessive nodding while listening, without genuine engagement or agreement. Research has found that this behavior is common in both professional and personal settings when the manipulator wants to gain trust or lull the other party into a false sense of security. Workplace studies revealed that fake nodding is often used by individuals in managerial positions to appear approachable before delivering unfavorable news or demands. The nodding creates the illusion that the person is empathetic or on the same page, making it easier to influence or extract information. Number 4. The overly intense gaze, staring to intimidate. While eye contact is generally a sign of attentiveness, an intense, unbroken stare can be a manipulative tactic to unsettle or intimidate the target. Psychological research highlighted the use of prolonged, intense eye contact as a method to establish dominance, especially in high-stakes or confrontational scenarios. The predatory stare creates a psychological imbalance, making the target feel vulnerable or pressured to respond. This gaze is often used by manipulators to assert control, push through resistance, or establish their authority without words. Experts recommend breaking eye contact and physically repositioning yourself to reduce the manipulator's influence. Number 3. Mirroring as a manipulation tool. The dark side of rapport. Mirroring is often used in social situations to build rapport, but when employed by manipulators, it becomes a tool for artificial bonding. By copying the target's gestures or posture, manipulators create a false sense of familiarity and trust. According to a study, this tactic is common in high-pressure sales environments where trust needs to be established quickly to close deals. It can also be used in social settings to exploit someone's openness. When done naturally, mirroring is a positive way to connect with others. However, manipulative mirroring is calculated and often overdone, making it more about control than connection. Number 2. The frozen facial expression, holding emotions for effect. Manipulators often freeze their facial expressions to emphasize a point or mask their true emotions. A genuine emotional response will evolve naturally, but a manipulator's expression lingers artificially, often to create a particular effect or elicit a specific reaction from the target. Research on nonverbal behavior emphasized how freezing expressions, such as holding a smile or frown too long, can signal manipulation, as it is a calculated way to influence perception. This tactic can lead others to feel uncomfortable or pressured to respond in a way that aligns with the manipulator's desired outcome. Understanding the difference between spontaneous expressions and calculated ones can help in identifying these signals. Number 1. The invasive lean-in. Invading personal space for dominance. The invasive lean-in is a manipulative gesture where an individual invades another's personal space to exert dominance. Research found that leaning in aggressively during conversations is a well-documented method used to intimidate or pressurize someone into agreement. This tactic is frequently observed in both professional negotiations and interpersonal conflicts. By encroaching on personal space, the manipulator forces the target into a psychologically defensive position, making them more likely to yield or comply just to regain comfort. Body language experts recommend stepping back or repositioning to re-establish boundaries and counteract the manipulative effects of this move. Alright, folks, if this video helped you spot any sneaky behaviors, whether it's that overly intense stare from your boss or a friend mirroring you just a little too well, then give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. Think of it as your way of leaning in, but without invading my personal space. Stay sharp and stay subscribed.